Hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 18 of K Factory. In the last episode, I forgot to do an intro properly, so I'm sorry for that. But in today's episode, I have prepared a few things up here. We are ready to fight the Gaia Guardian. This block here in the middle is preventing me from accidentally starting the Gaia fight. It shows you with a little indicator which blocks are in the way, and it's currently just this one. So now, I believe we can do Gaia Guardian? Ooh, hold on. I have master volume off. Hold on. And now we go. Why am I not hearing music though? Well, no music, apparently. And I'm gonna try and bow. Can I bow? Ooh, he hurts. It hurts. But I am getting regen, so can I bow you? I can bow you, okay. Okay, and now we have mob thingies. I'm sad. Normally, there's cool music to this fight, but I will figure it out in the next one, I guess. And there we go. I have no idea why there wasn't any cool music, but we can now make Gaia Spirit Ingots, which this, with the Terror Steel Ingot, was the level 1 fight of the Guardian of the Gaia. I think in here, is it going to show you Ritual of Gaia 2? Ritual of Gaia 2, yeah. There's the music. Okay, and it's super loud. Hold on. Yeah, awesome. Now we're talking. We'll see if we can survive this. I put on some trinkets. My bow is shooting my Vexes. Yeah, the bow is easy. And now there's going to be more mobs, I believe. The mobs just don't target me. Am I invisible to the mobs? Also, I'm totally not wearing my full armor. Oh, that was a compressed witch. Ta-da! What did we do? I killed 50 raiders because I killed 50 witches. Whoops. Did not want to go there. As rewards from the Gaia Guardian fight, you get a whole bunch of runes, you get some mana stuff, and you also get a Dice of Fate, and also 16 Gaia Spirit Ingots, which is more than the last fight. But if we click this, we get ourselves a ring. And this is the Ring of Odin, which I believe is going to get me 10 extra hearts. Yes. You also get the wills of different, I think it's gods. Oh, it's the gods from RuneScape. At least that's where I know them from. But basically, you apply this to Terra Steel armor helmets, I believe. Terra Steel helmets to get different effects. So we're not really going to bother with it. Now, I'm just going to go and fight the Gaia Guardian a bunch of times. Also, one thing that I want to upgrade is this to the Greater Band of Mana. And we can also go and charge it down here. Dice of Fate number 2. Get the Ring of Loki. 2 more Dices of Fate that we can open. One is the Fruit of Gaia, which is basically an unlimited food source. This is basically a mana turns into food kind of type thing. And then we also have the Ring of Thor, which I need to read what it does. Yeah, okay. When you have it equipped, it increases the Terra Shatterer's effect, and the Terra Shatterer is basically a pickaxe that you can upgrade with mana. I don't know though why I get 2 Dice of Fate in one fight, but I think that's gonna be all of the things. I think the Eye of the Flugel. Yeah, it's basically like a teleport, and it can't warp across dimensions, but I believe you shift right click on a block, and then you go away, and then you can hold right click. And for a little bit of mana, it teleports you to that block. And then this guy is the best. It does this, right? See, all the things prepared, and then huzzah! It's super loud, but it is really cool. As soon as we place this guy, we should be getting a creative mana pool. If everything is correct. It is. Creative mana pool. Quest completed. Okay, we completed a Gaia fight. Oh, you get a Ring of Odin as a reward. That's so weird. We have 2 now. And in the challenges, we have completed the Everlasting Guilty Pool. Now in here, we pretty much don't need this anymore because we don't need to generate mana anymore at all. So we're gonna do a few changes around here. I pretty much have the layout of the room all figured out. We're gonna have the mana pool in the middle, and here we're gonna have a recessive spark augment, which is basically gonna fill all of the pools around it and disperse mana to everything. So we're gonna have the elven portal right over here, and we're gonna set up some auto crafting. Over here, we're gonna set up some terrasteel auto crafting. Here we have the alchemy catalyst. If we need to set up auto crafting for something with that, we have it here. And here we have the conjuration catalyst, which I know that we need automation to set up with this. Where did my grass go though? Oh, well, anyway. Here, we're also going to have a regular old mana pool, and we're going to craft regular old mana pool things, like mana steel, mana string, mana glass, all of the other good stuff. I could do it on the creative mana pool, but I'd rather keep this one in the center, all free of any droppers in the ceiling or anything, so we're going to do it over here. For the transfer of mana to the runic altar, we're going to have a Gaia mana spreader, which is an upgrade to the elven mana spreader, and it's just made with a Gaia Spirit and a Dragonstone. This factory dropper is amazing, and I love it, because it has built-in filters, delays, everything, pretty much. So what are we doing is basically we have a drop delay of I think like 7.5 seconds. So every 7.5 seconds, it drops one of each of these down below. And basically we have it so that it continuously drops as long as the external signal is on. So what we can have is we can just have a stack of each of these, or just at least one of each in here at all point in time, and then a detector triggering this guy, basically, on how much terrasteel we have in the system, and we can set it for, I don't know, like 100 terrasteel or something. We don't really need more than that probably, so it's super easy, super simple, and it works. If we add mana steel, mana pearls, mana diamonds, mana string, mana powder, and mana glass, and we set it to, I don't know, 256. I think that should be all well and good. In there, we should see, hopefully, up here, stuff being crafted. Hopefully. So the crafter should request and put items into here, and then drop them, and this should, on the bottom, collect them. Yeah, there it goes. And put them into here. So we need a stack upgrade here. So we import everything super fast. So now mana, yeah, that's 256. Awesome. One thing that we could also do, we have the dominant spark, right? I put here the one that charges my inventory, but we can put a dominant spark here, and I think that'll keep it full faster because it's going to pull from other adjacent mana pools as well. To get the conjuration catalyst to work, I had to do a few weird things pretty much. You can't just drop a stack of items if you're going to use this advanced item collector, because the input item and the output item are the same. And if I want to filter on here which items to collect, it's going to just pick up the entire stack that I drop. It's not going to leave that stack on there until it's going to make the 128 items that it needs and then pick them up. So we just limit it by dropping the items one at a time slower. So if I craft, let's say, soul sand, and we do a stack, it's going to output 32 into here, and then it's going to very slowly drop them one at a time. And because of update order, I guess, or the speed of the pickup system, it transforms, makes 2, drops them down, and then collects them. So it works. It's easy, but it works. It's a little bit janky, but it works. And I've said works way too many times. We currently have 4.9 thousand soul sand, which is gonna last for quite a bit of nether stars, but as a backup, I'm kind of just gonna toss soul sand in here and it's gonna keep 256 at all times in the system once we get to that point where we're lower than 256. For the Elven Gateway portal, we're gonna have pretty much the same thing. We're gonna have a dropper that is gonna drop all the items one at a time, and we're also gonna have a crafter with recipes for those items, and I put them in the same requester for 256 of each of the items. So currently it's processing the mana steel into Elementium. This guy has now finished crafting, and we can now turn on our TerraSteel generator, and I kind of changed it to the simple system with just a crafter, and I tossed a piece of TerraSteel down in the requester down below. So it is going to do its thing very simply. We don't need any detectors or anything, because the requester in itself acts like a detector basically. So this is going to do its thing and get us 256 TerraSteel. The runic altar is the most complex out of all of these crafting systems that we would need to set up, so I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. So if we reach 100 likes on the video, I will do this in the next episode and figure it out how it can properly work. A wonderful person by the name of Animators suggested in the comments, and then he sent me some screenshots in the Discord. And say shameless plug, if you're not in the Discord yet, link down below in the description. So he sent a few screenshots, and before I saw the screenshots, I started playing around with a bit of netherrack here to just see how the room would feel if the walls were a little bit higher and the ceiling also a little bit higher. And I think it looks really cool, and I'm gonna take it on his idea, and we're gonna make the walls a little bit back. I might even push them back by 1 or 2 blocks more, and we're gonna see how that is gonna look. But before I do any building, I want to sort out the blood altar, and I want to sort out slate automation and everything. And now that we have done some botania, we can make a red stringed container, which is basically, if we grab our wand of the forest here, linked up to the altar. You can see that red particle effect going, and it goes through the creative fluid tank, through this fluid pipe that is putting blood into the altar. And we can basically input and output into this guy directly. So we can set up some sort of way of automating slates. To explain what all of this jumbo does, let's start with this exporter. This is our stone input for the autocrafter. It has a stack upgrade and a regulator upgrade, and it's exporting 64 stone when it gets a redstone signal from this redstone link. The redstone link gets signals from all of these 4 detectors, which is 4 of the different tiers of slates. This is the blank slate, reinforced, imbued, and demonic. And the detector also triggers the importer with a redstone signal to import the right slate, so it knows what is actually crafting. So when this triggers, it's going to import the blank slates, that reinforced slates, and so forth. And this thing on top is basically our orb input and output thing. We import with a redstone signal the orb once we begin crafting on this redstone link. And then here we also export the orb once we're done crafting, which is basically when this turns off. So over here we have it set to only work without redstone signal. So once we're done crafting, it's gonna put the orb back in the system, and it's gonna keep our lovely blood network stocked up with blood for our needs. We can now check off this because we completed all of the slates. Use blood magic crafting nodes for that automation. We didn't. We don't get extra points. But we're going to complete Botania as well by crafting ourselves a botanical brewery. And I don't know, can I put a spark on this, or must I use a mana spreader? Okay, sparks will not work, so spreader it is. We'll do it like that. And then we can craft a tainted blood pendant, and we can infuse it with these 3 items. Oh, it even... it counted the basic... and I'm making the same thing that I got as a reward. Do you need anything else? Is this going to finish crafting? Because it's looking like it's crafting, but I don't know if it's going to finish crafting. It is going to craft. And we now have 2 of the same blood pendant. But it's a pendant that I could put in my necklace slot. And that goes in my necklace slot. But we would get night vision by having a pendant. But we have night vision with trinkets anyway, so we don't really need it. I just wanted to make that to complete the Botania questline. And We also need to craft a few of these things. One is the Thorn Chakram, like that, which I think is, it's like a, does it come back? It does come back. Well, bounces so weirdly. Where did you go? It's like Captain America's shield. Okay. And you can also turn that into a flame chakram, I think. Yeah. We do that. It isn't in the quest, but that was that. And then we also need the fallen Achaidh, which we can craft in the Petal Apothecary. And also the Julia, which we can also craft in the Petal Apothecary. This will make us the fallen Achaidh. And then this plus these two and these two is going to make us the Julia. And that completes the Britannia quest line almost. We need this. We need 6 mana pylons and 10, what, flowers? It says 10 times ore filter. Oh, because it's a flower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 apparently. And then flowers. There we go. Yes, we get a spark as a reward. Is that everything? Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. I also want to finish the blood magic quest line at least. We're not really going to get too much into the whole will automation thing. We might. Probably not. But we now have a demon crystallizer. We're going to put you here. It is working in a chunk, right? And it slowly, I think, generates will. And we get a demon crucible. And I think I'll grab the sanguine sentium. And read about these things because I don't remember exactly what everything does. I noticed an issue with our crafting system. I just looked in the altar and there was a stack of demonic slates just sitting in there and not an orb as it should be, because we're crafting them so fast with 64 at a time. We fill out the detector before this guy turns off and it exports another stack. So I think we'll do this. We'll put it on just one, right? And then we don't need a stack upgrade. And I think that should be fine, because that way we're not gonna get a mess, I don't think, because it's gonna import the one and then detect it, hopefully. It just happened. It made a crystal. What I did is I basically put the Tartaric gem into the demon crucible here, because that releases will into the aura, basically, of the chunk. And as you saw, we had 822 will before, and now we have 722. So if we have this in here, it's going to slowly drain 100 and grow another spire. And I think I'll just break one for the moment, because we need it in here with our Tartaric gem to make ourselves the demon will gauge. Demon will aura gauge. If I hold this, it now shows me how much will. And of course, it's right where I put my one probe. Okay, my one probe is now on the bottom left corner. And with the Demon Will Aura Gauge, we should be able to see if I do this. If I toss it in here, should see that there's 100. Yeah, there we go. There's now 100 regular will in the aura. And it should drain into this guy and crystallize another crystal thing. And of course, you get Demon Will thingy as a quest reward. I keep forgetting to check things for this. We basically need just one more spire so we can make the greater Tartaric gem. I currently don't have a manual spawner set up that I could use to charge up my Tartaric gems. So I just went and fought the Gaia Guardian once and it filled up my gem. And with that, I think we can upgrade the gem. And as I learned from you in the comments and also from the book, you don't need the gem in here, it draws the will from here. So you basically don't need 2 gems like you did in the past. And now we have 4,096, I think, will maximum stored in here. So I guess I'm gonna fight another couple Gaia Guardians. And one thing that I really figured out, you can almost AFK the Gaia Guardian with trinkets and this armor. And possibly if we would get even better armor or even better effects or something, we could probably just sit here in the middle, AFK, and not do anything and not die. Like you can see, my health is perfectly fine in the green hearts, and he's just slowly losing health due to the vexes. And apparently being on fire, probably. And now it goes into the mob phase. And the mobs don't even see me because I have the shadow step thing. And I don't know if the phase ends once he spawns all the mobs, or if I must kill the mobs for him to finish the phase. We'll see. Oh, it finishes the phase. And there we go. AFK, Gaia Guardian. I didn't have to swing a sword or anything. Oh, that's so overpowered. Anyway, will, please. Thank you. I have resorted to this for charging my will. And I don't know if they drop will, even when they have death by fire, not directly by the sword. We'll see. Does my will go up? It does. So I can just sit here and will recharges. To continue our adventure into blood magic, we need to do a few more rituals, for which I need a little bit more space, which we were gonna dig out right here and right there. And we're gonna do that in the next episode. And for this one, I wanna thank you all so much for dropping by, so much for watching. I am really hoping you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.